Game of Thrones is awesome. There has been so many great moments watching this show. There has been so many historical moments watching this show, and times where I just could not be more hyped. However, season 8 has really changed my opinion on this show and on the writers. And I'll tell you why. First off, the writers, D&D, I don't want to say their names because I hate them so much, but David something and DB Weiss, whatever the hell their names are. These two writers have been show running Game of Thrones since the beginning. George R.R. Martin was helping them out with all the seasons, and there was great entertainment. The television was amazing. The characters were making really smart decisions. A lot of cool stuff was happening. I enjoyed it. But now that they're past the books, D&D are kind of just taking over. And one of these guys is responsible for X-Men Origins Wolverine when Deadpool had his mouth shut. So ever since they've taken over, this show has taken a huge quality dip in terms of storytelling and writing. And you can see it definitely in season 8. Because we knew there was only going to be 6 episodes this season. However, HBO offered the writers 10 episodes total. They said, hey, we'll give you more episodes. We'll give you more money. Just tell this story the best way you can. And they're like, no, we're good with 6 episodes. We can wrap it up with that. Well, apparently you can't. Because a lot of people loved the first 2 episodes of this season and thought it was great, the banter and hanging out with the characters. I didn't give a damn because I knew we don't have enough time for all this stuff. They need to show us shots of them strategically planning what they're going to do against Cersei and the Night King. They don't really show us that many shots. Instead, people are just talking about their fate and they're doomed and all this BS. I don't got time for that. I love these characters, yes. But we really need to focus on them doing smart things to survive in order to aid their survival against the Night King or against Cersei. And then all of a sudden, we're at episode 3, The Long Night, which is what started this whole freaking big backlash with all the fans, because The Long Night was a huge disappointment in a lot of areas. But the biggest area it struggled in was just smart writing. The characters weren't doing anything smart. Like, what was the plan? To bring out the Night King? How were you gonna bring out the Night King? What if he never showed up? Whatever. I'm not even gonna get into that. I'll just tell you what's dumb. The Dothraki going in, just letting themselves die, going into the darkness. Oh, but it was such a cool shot. Yeah, it was awesome, but it doesn't make sense. The second thing, oh, but the Dothraki are like bloodlust. They're crazy. Who cares if they're bloodlust? This is a war. They're working together with other troops and commanders like Jon Snow and Daenerys, and they should be telling them what to do. They shouldn't just all of a sudden get freaking flamed swords and then be like, oh, we're down, let's go in, let's kill them all. No, like they don't even know what they're getting themselves into. And if they die, the Night King can just revive them, and now he has even more troops. You didn't think of that? And so some people are like, but it was so dark, they didn't know, they couldn't see anything. Okay, so why don't you use those cannonballs with fire and shoot the cannonballs to see what the hell they're gonna get themselves into? Or have the dragons go and just freaking blow their fire. And if one of them dies, then boom, you see the Night King. There's the Night King. Now you know where he's at because he's the only one who has freaking good aim with that spear, I think. And because the other White Walkers, the lieutenants, weren't anywhere, didn't do anything that episode. It would have been smarter to shoot the cannonballs, to have the Dothraki on the side, so when the freaking White Walkers show up, the Dothraki can just bombard them from the side and hit them with their cavalry, which is what cavalry is supposed to do. Secondly, have the main characters like Brienne and Jaime and Arya and all of them sneak around and fight the White Walker lieutenants. That would have been awesome. They all pair up. Jorah pairs up against a White Walker lieutenant. You got awesome fights there, and you actually feel like these guys are dangerous. Like they can maybe kill any one of these characters because they're freaking Lieutenant White Walkers. They're badass. And when they kill one of the White Walker lieutenants, then a lot of the Whites die because they brought some too. They brought some up. It's not just the Night King. Then have a fight with the Night King with Jon Snow. Then have Arya maybe come and kill him. Whatever. However you want to do that. But it just felt so cheap the way Arya was able to just sneak up and then boom, kill him. And then in The Long Night, there were so many scenes when the characters were surrounded and it looked like they were gonna die. You're like, what the hell's gonna happen to them? How are they gonna get out of that? And then the next shot, they're just out of it. Like they're just fighting normal White Walkers. Like there were so many times that happened. The plot armor was too thick in this episode and it was just ridiculous. Okay, so I'm done with The Long Night. The Night King's gone. Whatever, they wasted that. Let's move to episode 4. Episode 4 has the most dumb scene I've ever seen in any freaking show. It is the scene with Missandei being freaking killed in front of Daenerys, in front of King's Landing. It makes 0 sense what they were doing there. Like, what the fuck? Cersei is Daenerys' biggest enemy. The biggest enemy. The reason why they are in this predicament. The reason why, like, everything's gone the way it has is because of Cersei. Cersei is the big bad now. The Night King's gone, right? But before I even get into that, how the hell did Daenerys not see the Iron Fleet? She already knew the Iron Fleet was there. They said it earlier. And she's flying her dragons. And she's just like in the breeze looking all beautiful. No, she's scouting. She should be scouting, looking for the Iron Fleet. But no, she's just chilling, just flying, and boom, gets shot. Rhaegal gets shot with 3 freaking perfect aimed scorpion shots. That makes 0 sense because in the next episode, they completely miss every shot. And even in that episode, they missed every shot at Drogon. So how the hell did they just have 3 perfectly lined up, ready to shoot them? And how the hell did she not see them? Oh, they were behind a rock. A rock? Bro, she's in the sky. She is so high above the rock, she can see anything. This is so dumb. Then they fly away. Then Missandei gets caught. How the hell did they grab her? She's in the water. She's next to Grey Worm. Grey Worm lands ashore. Everybody else lands ashore. But Missandei just magically got captured somehow. They had a freaking net. What did they get her? They sent somebody in there. She didn't scream. She didn't do anything. Was she unconscious? Whatever. They bring her back. She's a captured prisoner now. Daenerys finds out. She shows up. This is where it gets the dumbest thing ever. She shows up in front of King's Landing, where Cersei has all these bow and arrow archers and has all these scorpions. And Daenerys has herself, her fucking dragon, and her Unsullied and Tyrion. That is it. And they are in the aim, the scope of the scorpions and the bows and freaking Cersei. And Missandei's there, tied up. And Tyrion wants to negotiate and talk to Cersei about not doing this. What the hell am I watching? Why is freaking Daenerys dealing with this crap? Daenerys should be on her dragon just blowing them all up, or they should be preparing for the big battle. What is this freaking little meeting? What is this intermission? What are we doing here? The only reason why Missandei is gonna die is because Daenerys showed up, because they did this stupid ass thing. If Daenerys never done this, Cersei wouldn't have killed Missandei the way she did, or maybe she would have just killed her off screen, or we wouldn't have this big freaking problem. But Daenerys, for some reason, decides to show up for Missandei, but decides to do nothing. So you're showing up to save Missandei. No, you're not. You're just showing up just to see Missandei die. Then she dies, and then you walk off, you leave? What? And then Cersei lets you leave and walk off when she knows y'all are just about to go to war? She just lets y'all leave. Oh, there's the dragon. We got all the scorpions on him. We killed that last episode, but we killed him earlier, but this episode, nah, let's not kill him. Let's just let him go. Tyrion is able to walk up and just talk to Cersei, and he really thinks Cersei's gonna listen? Like, what are they doing with Tyrion? Like, Tyrion is just completely... Tyrion represents the show. Definitely. His character arc represents the show. He was so smart, he was so wise, great dialogue, and now he can't even think for himself. Now he's just an idiot. Complete idiot. And it's nothing to the actor, it's just completely the writers. The actor even knows that the writers are fucking up. He said in an interview, he's like, I don't know why they put us in the crypt. I guess Tyrion's smart, but not that smart, because he knows the Night King can just revive people. Stupid. So, now we are with this last episode when Daenerys just decides to go freaking apeshit. Just go the Mad Queen. And everybody's like, she's crazy. She's the Mad Queen. It makes so much sense. They've been setting it up. But the execution is terrible. It doesn't make sense. I'm totally down with Daenerys going evil. If you're going to make Daenerys turn heel, if you're going to play into the Mad Queen thing, I'm okay with that. I actually kind of like what they did, parts of it. I just don't like the execution because it doesn't make reasonable sense. Cersei is the one who killed Missandei. Cersei is the one who's sitting on the throne, who is the enemy of Daenerys. Daenerys hates Cersei, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I'm right. She hates Cersei. Cersei just killed Missandei right in front of her best friend, right in front of her. So when she's storming King's Landing and she's defeated them, they're surrendered. And she sits on her dragon and looks at freaking Cersei in the Red Keep. For like 2 minutes, there's a scene of just looking at each other. And I remember watching, I'm like, what the hell are they doing? Like, can something happen? Like, what is this weird freaking stare? Like, and the bells are ringing. It would have made way more sense for Daenerys to just go to the Red Keep and blow up the Red Keep and kill Cersei right there. Then, if she went all crazy and shit, she's like, that wasn't enough. And then she starts killing all the innocent people. Totally buy it, whatever, it's not as bad. It's still a little bad, but it's not as bad as what they decided to do. Instead of even worrying about Cersei, it seemed like Daenerys didn't even give a shit if Cersei died. All she cared about was just nothing, just going crazy, just burning everything, which made no sense. Missandei would not have wanted that. None of her people who had died for her, Jorah, wouldn't wanted that. Like I said, I'm down with her going crazy. I just did not like the way she went crazy in this episode. It was like a switch, and it made no sense, nothing to stimulate that switch. It would have made more sense if she went to destroy the Red Keep first. She destroys the Red Keep, and then the soldiers are like, oh shit, she's not done. Then they start fighting. That makes more sense because it's not so blatant that she's evil. It's just that, no, she wants revenge, like, which is a perfectly normal human emotion. But instead, she don't want anything. She just wants to burn everything for no reason. So now we just have this conflict where she's the bad guy, and we're going into the last episode, and Jon has to deal with Daenerys. Speaking of Jon hasn't done shit this whole freaking season. He didn't even pet Ghost. How you not gonna pet your direwolves, bro? You're the one who found the direwolves. You're the one who gave everybody direwolves in the family and said we gotta protect them and raise them. Then you don't even want to say bye to your homie who done everything for you? So stupid. I'll be fair. Some people are like, where the hell did all the Dothrakis come from? I thought they all died. Well, remember in that episode, some of the Dothrakis rode back on their horses with Jorah, so I understand where those Dothrakis are. I'll give them that. But back to the dumb shit. How did Euron get blown up from a ship and then show up where Jaime's at? And then they have a fight. And it's like the dumbest fight scene ever. And Jaime gets stabbed, not once, but twice. One time through here, the other time through the other side. And kills Euron. Great. Fuck Euron. Euron was so annoying. I was thinking, oh, this is interesting. Jaime's about to die. What if Jaime's able to get to the castle in the Red Keep? And as he finds Cersei, the last thing Cersei sees is him dying in front of her. That would have been awesome. Because then we don't know if one, Jaime was going to kill her, or two, Jaime still loved her. We never know. He just dies. It still sucks because he gets killed by Euron, which is stupid, and Euron's a terrible character. But in the books, he's a lot better. But that would have been great because it made Cersei suffer. She has to see the love of her life die right in front of her. The only love that she's ever had. Die right in front of her. And then freaking Daenerys just blows up the place and kills her, burns her. Or Arya shows up and just kills her. That would have been a lot more satisfying than what we got. Because he got stabbed twice. He's bleeding out. Yeah, he's able to find her. Then he's able to lead her and guide her to a freaking area to escape. And then he's just like normal, like fine, nothing's good. Like, oh, I don't care about anybody. I just want to be with you. And then they die due to some freaking rubble and the infrastructure crashing on them. That is such a lame cop-out. She got such a simple death. It was so weak and so unimaginative. And I don't care about Jaime loving Cersei. A lot of people are pissed off about that his character arc just went into a circle. He's always loved Cersei. I'm cool with that. I understood that. I have no problems with that. He's always loved Cersei. There's never been any time where they haven't said he doesn't love Cersei. He's done everything for Cersei. You thought he was going to really marry Brienne? That was so stupid. They should have stayed platonic friends. If she had a crush on him, then yeah, cool. Keep that. But Jaime would not have hooked up with her. Jaime should not have hooked up with her. That is the reason why this arc is kind of all over the place. Because he hooked up with her for no reason. It was so random. But you know he loves Cersei, so he's always going to love Cersei. So I'm okay with that. But that, like I said, it would have been cool if he just died right in front of Cersei, and then Cersei dies. Kind of almost like how Lyanna Stark died. Lyanna Stark saw her freaking kid get killed right in front of her, and then she dies right after. So what if he did the same thing, kind of like that? But no, she deserves death where things fall on her. She's crying in the arms of the person she loves. So dumb. But to the show's credit, episode's credit, I did love the Mountain and the Hound. I thought that was awesome. That fight scene was sick. The dragon flying over. Ooh, it was amazing. Qyburn getting killed. Ooh, I love that. Just boom, smashes his head. Cersei just walks over like, I don't want to get involved in this. One thing I do complain about that is why the hell did the Hound not stab him in the face from the beginning? Why would you stab him in the shoulder or stab him in here, stab him in the arm? Just stab him in the face, bro. And then, yeah, he tackles him through, and I knew that was going to happen, and I thought that was cool. I was like, all right, cool. He dies. It was a great send-off. He got his arc resolved. That's what's been promised from the beginning. That's why that was a good finale to his arc. Because from the beginning, you knew he was going to fight the Mountain. So that was good. Another dumb shit is how the hell Arya was able to survive. She's just running through the city. She survives everything, but everybody around her just dies. Plot armor again. I hated that she'd get into that room. She's like, yo guys, gotta get out of here. You're gonna die if you stay here. How do you know they're gonna die if you stay there? They've been there for a while. They've been surviving. Seems like more people are dying that are on the streets. They gotta worry about Dothraki and the fire. If you're just in this building, all you gotta worry about is the fire. So I didn't like that because then she actually grabs them and then they all die. And then a horse shows up. A white horse. Where the fuck did that white horse come from? What? And then Jon Snow literally did nothing again. Just an extra. Just showing up, getting paid. Just Jon Snow, supposed to just look. Jon is just lame. Jon's one of the lamest characters. Like, I get that he's being righteous and awesome, and he's just righteous. He's such a noble person. But, like, dude, you gotta, like, think about the people's lives. Your nobility is more important than these people's lives. If he would have just bent the knee to Cersei and just said, "Oh, Cersei, yeah, I'm down. Like, after the war, I swear my oath to you. I'll be on your team." If he could have just done that, Cersei might have helped out a little bit. Maybe not all the way, but maybe a little bit. Could have saved a little bit more lives. And then if he would have just hooked up with Daenerys, or just made Daenerys not feel like a freaking weirdo and just by herself, like, what the hell happened? You find out she's your aunt, and now you're just like completely against her. Now you're just like, "Oh, you're my queen, but like I'm not gonna show you affection at all. Like, I don't like you." You know, if he would have just showed her some affection, made her not feel so alone, none of this would have happened. But again, it doesn't matter, because it shouldn't have happened the way it happened, because Daenerys shouldn't have just flipped the switch and just started killing people randomly. She's never killed any innocent people. She has freed so many slaves. She has freed so many people from freaking oppression. And now she is the oppressor. If she would have just burned it all and everybody just accepted it, then maybe it would have been a little bit different. But it still wouldn't have made any sense why she didn't just go for Cersei. That's my biggest complaint. She should have went for Cersei. There's 2 times where she just doesn't go for Cersei. She just does some other stupid shit. And I'm just done with that. But whatever. Cersei's dead. She's dead. The Night King's dead. There's literally only Daenerys, and there's literally only one last episode. So let's just see what happens. Fucking Game of Thrones. I love this show. I still love the show. I still am interested what they're going to do, how they're going to end it. There's just parts where it could have been done a little bit better, and there's parts where it could have been done a lot better. And I'm sorry for this rant, but if you feel the same way, if you feel differently, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you give up on Game of Thrones? Would you still recommend it to people? Do you still think it's the best show of all time? I still think it's one of the best shows of all time. But this last season is one of the worst seasons of all time. Who is your favorite character? Whose death made you the saddest? How do you think it's going to end? What do you think is the dumbest thing that's happened this season? And what is the one thing you would have changed? Or what do you think should be changed to make it better? Drop your thoughts below. My name is Alec Garza. Thanks for watching. And I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.